Jermaine Dupri, king of the if you ask me, baby.
Once I became close with them, they didn't want their mamas to pick them up no more. It was Jermaine pick us up from school.
Bow Wow was on Twitter yesterday. He was suggesting that he regrets signing with Jermaine Dupri. Now, what the you do to Bow Wow? That's what I want to know, man. What the you do to Bow Wow, man?
What the you do to Bow Wow?
He was just fine when he was with Snoop.
Bow Wow chased me with a knife when he was a kid. Like,
oh my gosh.
Bow Wow was bad as hell.
Did Katt Williams just expose the shocking truth about Jermaine Dupri's mentorship of Kriss Kross and Bow Wow?
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupri, king of the if you ask me.
From grooming Bow Wow and Kriss Kross into child stars with lives full of parties and excess, to pushing a 12-year-old Bow Wow into adult nightlife that he says scarred him for life.
Hey, and the nigga has been scarred ever since.
Exactly. What?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't have shit to do with it.
Yes, you do.
Bow Wow has openly admitted to battling years of addiction to lean while under Jermaine's influence. And then there's Kriss Kross. One member's tragic overdose paints a grim picture of early fame and exposure to adult lifestyles.
It was kind of like, start off like, well, let me take some of yours. And then next thing you know, a week later, it's make me my own. And then after that, it's I'm pouring my own.
Why did Jermaine Dupri take a young Bow Wow to strip clubs? How did it impact his life and career? And was Katt Williams right all along when he called out the industry's dirty secrets? In a recently resurfaced video, Katt Williams brought up disturbing claims involving Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, accusing them of taking advantage of young male artists like Bow Wow and Kriss Kross.
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupri, king of the if you ask me, baby.
Rumors about Jermaine's alleged involvement with Kriss Kross, or allowing others like Diddy to exploit them, have been swirling for years. At one juncture, Jermaine responded to these allegations, firing back at a fan's comment on a now-deleted Instagram post that referenced a lawsuit from 17 years ago, saying, yeah, 17 years ago, you were M-ing Kriss Kross, even had a lawsuit which they won, but it was kept from the public. The lawsuit, reportedly won by Kriss Kross, was kept under wraps. In his retort, Jermaine vehemently dismissed the claim, stating, "You must be out of your effing mind. I should sue you for writing this disrespectful on my page. F out of here." Despite the lack of solid evidence, the specific rumor has endured, and Katt Williams added fuel to the fire by publicly labeling Jermaine with a derogatory term. In a 2011 video, Katt took shots at various personalities, including Diddy, Jermaine, and Steve Harvey, dubbing Jermaine the King of Peas. At the time, people thought that Katt was high on something and did not take his allegations seriously. However, despite being publicly labeled peas, these celebrities did not comment or even sue Katt Williams for his slanderous comments, leaving many fans to wonder, was Katt actually telling the truth?
Harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted.
Let's rewind to where it all began. Bow Wow, real name Shad Moss, was just 6 years old when Snoop Dogg discovered him at a concert. Impressed by his skills, Snoop gave him the nickname Lil Bow Wow and introduced him to the hip-hop world. But it wasn't until Bow Wow crossed paths with Jermaine Dupri at age 11 that his life truly changed forever.
What you do to Bow Wow? That's what I want to know, man. What you do to Bow Wow, man?
What the you do to Bow Wow?
He was just fine when he was with Snoop.
Jermaine Dupri has long been celebrated as a music mogul with a golden touch for discovering and molding young talent. His success with acts like Kriss Kross and Brat cemented his reputation as a hitmaker, and when he came across Bow Wow, he saw the potential for another star. Signing the young rapper to his So-So Def label, Dupri meticulously crafted Bow Wow's debut album, Beware of Dog. The album was an instant success, with tracks like Bounce With Me dominating the charts and turning Bow Wow into a household name almost overnight. By all accounts, Dupri's mentorship seemed to be paying off, at least on the surface. But behind the scenes, there was a darker, more troubling story unfolding. Under Dupri's guidance, Bow Wow wasn't just learning the ropes of the music industry. He was also being exposed to a lifestyle far beyond what any 12-year-old should experience. Dupri himself has admitted to taking Bow Wow to a strip club at that young age. One infamous story reveals that Dupri left Bow Wow waiting in the car while he partied inside. When he returned, he found strippers outside the club, dancing for Bow Wow right there on the street.
Them strippers was outside the club, on the street, dancing for this nigga in a truck.
Bow Wow later revealed that this early exposure to adult situations had lasting effects on his relationships and mental health. He even blamed Dupri for his addiction to women. But Bow Wow wasn't the only child star under Dupri's care with a troubling story. Before Bow Wow, there was Kriss Kross, two 11-year-old boys named Chris Kelly and Chris Smith, who skyrocketed to fame with their hit Jump. Their story began in 1991 when a chance meeting at Greenbrier Mall in Atlanta changed the lives of Chris McDaddy Kelly and Chris Daddy Mac Smith forever. It was there that the two were discovered by 19-year-old Jermaine Dupri, a rising musical prodigy with an eye for talent. Reflecting on their first encounter, Dupri said, "They reminded me of myself when I was younger. I didn't know what I was going to do with them, but I knew it would be something." That initial impression led to the creation of a demo tape, which paved the way for Kelly and Smith to sign their first record deal with Rough House Records, a moment that would mark the beginning of Kriss Kross. With Jermaine Dupri's guidance, Kriss Kross embarked on a journey that would forever change the hip-hop landscape. Their debut album, Totally Crossed Out, was released in 1992, catapulting them into superstardom. The album, powered by Dupri's production expertise, sold an astounding 4 million copies in the US alone. At the heart of its success was their breakout single, Jump, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 and earned double platinum certification. The music videos accompanying Totally Crossed Out became cultural milestones in their own right. The Jump video, directed by filmmaker Rich Murray, dominated MTV and achieved impressive sales as a VHS video single, moving over 100,000 copies. Their follow-up single, Warm It Up, also directed by Murray, won them Billboard's Best New Artist Video Award. As Jim Farber of the New York Daily News observed, the combination of hit singles and visually captivating music videos helped propel Totally Crossed Out to multi-platinum status. From 1992 to 1996, Kriss Kross experienced an era of unprecedented success. Among the highlights of their career was being chosen to open for Michael Jackson during the European leg of his Dangerous World Tour in 1992, a dream gig for any young artist. They also made memorable cameo appearances in iconic music videos like Run DMC's Down with the King, 1993, and TLC's Hat 2 DA Back, 1992. The duo ventured into television with guest appearances on popular shows like A Different World and In Living Color, where they performed as the musical act in a May 1992 episode.
Off Rough House Columbia Records, please put your hands together for Kriss Kross performing their hit single, Jump.
Their influence extended beyond music and into pop culture, where Kriss Kross became synonymous with their trademark backward clothes. This bold fashion statement set a trend that transcended hip-hop, influencing fans, celebrities, and even designers. Major fashion brands took notice, and their signature style appeared in magazines and on runways, cementing their status as style icons. Kriss Kross also dipped into the world of video games with the 1992 Sega CD release, Kriss Kross Make My Video. The game allowed players to create custom music videos using clips from their songs, but it was critically panned, landing on Electronic Gaming Monthly's list of the 20 worst games of all time. In 1993, the duo partnered with Sprite for a major promotional campaign, which included recording an exclusive rap and starring in a commercial. Despite their massive commercial success, Kriss Kross began to face challenges as they attempted to transition from the image of backward clothes-wearing teens to more mature artists. Their second album, Da Bomb, released in 1993, went platinum and featured hits like All Right, featuring Supercat, I'm Real, and Da Bomb, featuring Brat. While the album demonstrated their growth as artists, it didn't replicate the groundbreaking success of their debut. By the time they released their third album, Young, Rich, and Dangerous, in 1996, they had matured significantly.
I was 13, first on the block, making niggas jock, 'cause before me, you never saw a shorty rock.
The album went gold and produced hits like Tonight's the Night and Live and Die for hip-hop. Despite their efforts to evolve, the shadow of their early success loomed large, with fans and the industry often reluctant to let go of their initial image. The backward fashion trend that helped define their identity eventually became a double-edged sword. While it set them apart and contributed to their popularity, it also became a hurdle as they tried to move forward creatively. People expected them to remain the same, making it difficult for Kriss Kross to fully reinvent themselves. The very style that made them icons had become a limitation, holding them back as they sought to explore new artistic directions. After releasing 3 albums and achieving worldwide fame, Kriss Kross decided to part ways in the late 1990s. The pressures of fame, coupled with the challenges of maintaining relevance in a rapidly evolving music industry, led them to pursue separate paths. In 2013, fans were treated to a rare reunion when Kriss Kross performed at the Fox Theater in Atlanta during So So Def's 20th anniversary concert. Unbeknownst to many, this would be their final performance together. On April 29, 2013, tragedy struck when Chris Kelly was found unconscious in his Atlanta home. He was rushed to the hospital, but the next 2 days were filled with uncertainty. A woman identifying herself as Kelly's friend informed investigators that he had mixed H and Coke the previous evening. She had brought him home, hoping to help him recover, but the situation took a devastating turn. On May 1st, 2013, Chris Kelly passed away at the age of 34 at Atlanta Medical Center.
Chris Kelly, one half of the Kriss Kross duo, has died in his hometown of Atlanta from an apparent drug overdose.
His death sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond, leaving fans and colleagues in mourning. A subsequent toxicology report confirmed that his death was caused by a drug overdose, with H and Coke among the substances found in his system. Kelly's struggles with substance abuse were not new. According to his uncle, Kelly had a long history of battling addiction. Despite these challenges, his legacy as an artist and innovator remained intact. Jermaine Dupri, who had been a mentor and father figure to Kelly, expressed his sorrow in an open letter to fans. Chris Kelly was like a son that I never had, Dupri wrote. I will always love you, Chris, and I will never let the world forget you. Chris Smith, the other half of Kriss Kross, also shared a heartfelt tribute. Chris Kelly was my best friend. He was like a brother. I love him and will miss him dearly, Smith wrote. The two had been inseparable since first grade, navigating the highs and lows of fame together. Anyway, following his death, Kelly's mother, Donna Kelly Pratt, spoke about the shady things her son experienced in the industry at just 13 years old.
Chris and Kris, they were the cutest little boys. And that day we had happened to go to the barbershop. They had fresh haircuts and they just looked so clean. And all the little girls at the mall was messing with them. And that's what caught Jermaine's eye, because he came over to me and he said, "Who are they?"
While the world saw a superstar, Pratt saw a child forced to grow up too fast in an adult environment. We had some conversations that we hadn't had his whole life, she shared. Because Chris was in the industry and started at 13, it took him a long time to mature. Pratt reflected on how the rapid shift from childhood to stardom impacted Kelly's emotional development, delaying his ability to handle life's pressures. Pratt recounted how the entertainment world exposed her son to behaviors no child should face. I can tell you who he smoked his first joint with, who he had his first drink with, who he was with when he had S for the first time, she said. Everything he did, he thought he was getting away with something, but he was encouraged to do all these things with adults. As a mother, Pratt fought to shield her son, but she felt powerless against the industry's influence. I was like, y'all are not helping me out here. This is a kid, she explained. Yet the environment Kelly was thrust into blurred the boundaries between childhood and adulthood. Once the barn door is open, it's open. You can't put a child in an adult arena and then tell them they're still a child. Pratt's frustration was clear. She believed the constant exposure to adult behaviors in his formative years contributed to Kelly's struggles with substance abuse and risky behavior later in life. Despite her efforts, the entertainment world's grip on her son was unrelenting. Anyway, it is clear that some of these child stars have lived lives most people could only dream of, and sometimes one they wish they hadn't. And a good example is Bow Wow.
My little man, Bow Wow right here. He's so deaf next superstar. Y'all look ready for his album, you know what I mean?
From being a 6-year-old rap prodigy discovered by Snoop Dogg to navigating the highs and lows of fame, Bow Wow's story is one of incredible success, deep personal struggles, and constant reinvention. Bow Wow's journey to fame began in his hometown of Columbus, Ohio. At just 3 years old, he started rapping, inspired by the hip-hop he heard on the radio. His talent was evident early on, and by the age of 6, he was performing at local talent shows under the nickname Kid Gangsta. It was at one of these shows that Bow Wow's life would change forever. In 1993, he attended a concert on Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Chronic tour. During the show, Bow Wow got the chance to perform on stage, impressing the crowd, and none other than Snoop Dogg himself. Snoop took the young rapper under his wing, giving him the nickname Lil Bow Wow. That cosign alone was enough to open doors for Bow Wow, and he even made an appearance on Snoop's debut album, Doggy Style, rapping on the track G's and Hustless. While Snoop helped launch Bow Wow's career, it was Jermaine Dupri, the mastermind behind So So Def Recordings, who turned him into a superstar. In 1998, Bow Wow's mom brought him to a concert where he caught the attention of Dupri, who had already built successful careers for Kriss Kross, Brat, and Escape. Dupri saw Bow Wow's potential and began molding him into a teen rap sensation. Together they worked on Bow Wow's debut album, Beware of Dog, released in 2000 when he was just 13 years old. The album was a massive success, going double platinum and featuring hit singles like Bounce With Me and Bow Wow, That's My Name. With his infectious energy, catchy hooks, and kid-friendly lyrics, Bow Wow became the face of a new generation of hip-hop. He was everywhere, on TV, magazines, and even action figures. Fans adored his playful charisma, and his age made him relatable to young audiences. Bow Wow didn't stop at music. In 2002, he made his acting debut in the basketball comedy Like Mike, playing a young orphan who discovers a pair of magical sneakers. The film was a box office hit and cemented Bow Wow's status as a multi-talented entertainer. Over the next few years, Bow Wow continued balancing music and acting. He released more successful albums, including Doggy Bag and Unleashed, and starred in movies like Roll Bounce and The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. As Bow Wow grew older, he dropped the Lil from his name, signaling a new phase in his career. However, transitioning from a child star to an adult artist was challenging. The music industry was evolving, and Bow Wow struggled to maintain the same level of success he enjoyed as a teenager. Despite releasing chart-topping singles like Let Me Hold You with Omarion and Shorty Like Mine with Chris Brown, Bow Wow found it harder to keep up with the rapidly changing hip-hop scene. Behind the scenes, Bow Wow was battling his own demons. In 2010, he shocked fans when he revealed he had been dealing with depression and even contemplated S-side.
I was in a dark space.
What got you in that space?
Right in that third album point. Like right around the third album. That's when I was just done. I was just, my boys get on me because I like to sit in the house. And my answer and my response to that is because I've done everything.
The pressure of growing up in the spotlight, combined with the ups and downs of his career, took a toll on Bow Wow's mental health. He later reflected on those dark times in 2018 when he teased an album called Audacious, S-side spelled backward. While the album was never released, it highlighted the emotional challenges he faced as he tried to navigate life after fame. As his music career slowed down, Bow Wow shifted his focus to television. In 2017, he created and starred in the reality show Growing Up Hip Hop, Atlanta. The series followed the lives of celebrity kids, including Bow Wow, as they tried to balance fame, family, and their own ambitions.
Hey, you know your artist DM me all day today and I ain't reply to it? Are you checking her for texting me? I don't text her. Say that. I'm just saying, I'm getting put out. I didn't reply.
The show was a hit, running for several seasons and giving fans a closer look at Bow Wow's life. However, it also brought more scrutiny to his personal relationships, which were often messy and dramatic. One of the most publicized moments of Bow Wow's personal life came in 2019 when he and his then-girlfriend got into a physical altercation. Police were called to the scene and found both of them with visible injuries. Since the officers couldn't determine who was the aggressor, they arrested both Bow Wow and his girlfriend. Photos of Bow Wow with scratches on his face quickly went viral, leading to memes and endless speculation about the incident. Amid the ups and downs, Bow Wow made a triumphant return to acting in 2021 when he reprised his role as Twinkie in Fast and Furious 9. Fans were excited to see him back in the blockbuster franchise, and the role reminded everyone of his talent as an actor. Bow Wow later admitted that if he could do it all over again, he would have focused solely on acting. "If I could go back, I would have just been an actor and never touched music," he said. In recent years, Bow Wow has been open about his frustrations with the music industry. He said multiple times that he no longer enjoys rapping and prefers hosting, acting, and producing. "This is exactly why I don't want to rap no more," he said in a candid interview. "Rap brings stress, and I don't need that in my life." Despite his frustrations, Bow Wow announced in 2023 that he plans to release one final album under the Death Row label, bringing his music career full circle. All in all, Jermaine Dupri's legacy as a music producer is undeniable, but the stories of Bow Wow and Kriss Kross paint a troubling picture. As more details come to light, fans are left questioning whether Dupri's mentorship was more harmful than helpful. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.